Today we're going to look at writing equations in slope-intercept form. So first things first, we need to know what type of forms we have. So there's three different ways they can be written. One of them is standard form, which is ax plus by equals c. So just an example of how this would look is we could have 6x plus, for instance, 5y equals 10. One way, real quick and easy. Another form we have is point slope form, which is y minus y1 equals m of x minus x1. M just is our slope, so m equals slope, and x1, y1 is a point. So for instance, if our slope, let's say, was 4, and we're given the point 2, 8, the equation would just be y minus 8 equals 4 of x minus 2. So that's an example of the equation. And lastly, we could have slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. M equals slope again. B is our y-intercept. They would be defined, but our equation could look something like y equals 5x plus, for instance, 10. So that's an example of slope-intercept. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to be given standard form and point slope form, and we're just going to rewrite them in slope-intercept form. So first thing with standard is how we want to look at it is from standard to slope-intercept. Think of it as solving for y, or trying to get y by itself. So solve for y, or as some of us like to know, get y by itself. So the first thing I would do here to get y by itself is I need to subtract over this 5x. So I'm going to do that on both sides. So I'm now left with negative 3y equals negative 5x plus 6. So now I don't quite have y by itself. I still have negative 3y. So lastly, what I need to do is divide everything by negative 3. So by doing that, I'm left with y equals, so I'll be left with a fraction here, but when I divide, because I have these two negatives, it will become positive. So I'll have 5/3 x, and then 6 divided by negative 3 will be negative 2. So I now have it in the form of y equals mx plus 2, where my m would equal 5/3 and my b value is negative 2. So that's one example. Staying with standard to slope-intercept. So now again, I got 2y plus 2 equals 4x. So again, I want to get y by itself first. So if we look, I have just this 2 on the same side. So we'll subtract 2 on both sides, leaving me 2y equals 4x minus 2. And then lastly, to get y by itself, we'll just divide everything by 2. So I now have y equals 4 divided by 2 is 2x, and then negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. And so now again, my m would equal 2. My y-intercept is negative 1. So with now point slope to slope intercept, again, we're still going to work to solve for y. Just going to be a little bit more algebra involved. So still going to solve for y. But the first thing I have to do is, because I have this parenthesis in front, anytime I have a number in front of parentheses, I need to distribute that value. So I have y minus 8 will equal 1/2 x, and then 1/2 times 6 is 3. So half of 6 is 3. So I have y minus 8 equals 1/2 x plus 3. So now to get y by itself, I need to add 8 to both sides. So I have y equals 1/2 x, and 3 plus 8 is 11. So in slope intercept formed, my equation would be 1/2 x plus 11, where 1/2 equals my m, or my slope, and my b value is 11. And my last one, still going from point slope to slope intercept. So again, I'm going to start with that number in front of my parentheses. So I need to distribute it. So I multiply it to the first term and to the last term. So y minus 4 equals negative 9 times x is negative 9x, and negative 9 times negative 3, those two positives those two negatives, become a positive, leaving me plus 27. And then lastly, to get y by itself, we add 4 to both sides. So I am left with y equals negative 9x plus 31. And again, my slope, or my m value, it will be negative 9, and my b value equals 31.